I was ghosted by my client completely.
Do you have any idea, like, a number?
You guys remember how just last week we found out that Micah Court, the buyers for our buyers, terminated. It has been such a mess, but we are trying to navigate it and see what we can do to fix this and get us back on track.
How much money are they trying to get and give? Like, how much did it set them back?
I would imagine it's 3% of the price.
If it falls apart at this point, will we get the earnest money or no?
No, because they have the contingency to sell. That's why that contingency is like the golden whatever, because it just protects with so many things. And this is the reason why I was so confident taking this offer in the beginning. It's just because you can find a million buyers for a mobile home because it's just such a cheap, affordable place. So upset, and notably, like, this has just been such like an emotional roller coaster. And a little backstory, they found a place they wanted to rent. It was like their dream place, the whole reason they wanted to sell. It was cute, like what they wanted. They were so rushing, wanting to get the house on the market and do everything to get this house. They get it under contract, go ahead and pay all these months in advance, like do all this stuff. The day they're moving in, there's like a huge flood come in from the ceiling that just like soaks the floor, soaks everything. And they called the landlord to tell them about what was going on, and the landlord was very like laissez-faire about it, and they just got a really bad vibe. And so they completely backed out, and they lost some money with that, but they just weren't comfortable proceeding. So they've already lost that money, and then now she just said they put down $4,700 at this new other place they're going to rent. And so she's just stressed. And I know it was nothing I did. There's nothing I could have done in this situation. Like, they were fine. They were approved. Like, we're 3 business days before closing, and they found this, a late payment on their history. So there's nothing I could have done, but it's still, like, I feel terrible for her. And I'm just trying to think of, like, what I can do to help.
So you're doing a really good job. Yeah, you get that piece and then we'll switch. Leg day.
At the end of this video, I will take suggestions on a new husband.
Push it, Mommy. Push it, Mommy.
I don't help with this part at all. So we are getting ready to go to Colton's T-ball party. We're dressed out the door, and then I find out, I look at the text message, it's next week. So somebody is super excited for a party, and there's not one.
We're about to have one, I guess. We're going to figure out a way to have one.
We'll figure it out. We'll make this happen. On our way to church, and this is what we get to get serenaded with.
Can I sleep at in a? Can I sleep in a like a discus?
What are you guys thinking about how good that candy will taste when we finally get home and you can eat it?
So we're the best parents ever and let the kids pick out candy at the store. However, Mama wouldn't let them eat in my car, so they have to wait until we get home. You know, I've got to mess with them, make them think that we're going to take all kinds of alternate routes and go all over the place, so they have to wait on eating their candy.
Oh, babe, can you run me up to the store real fast before we go home?
Yeah.
I need to get something.
Yeah.
Do you have a squishy heart? Squishy heart?
I had to get a debit card from business. I know, big girl time.
Pink debit card, her favorite.
Yep. I have been getting away with it for this long, but I need it to pay my assistant who's starting. And so I finally got my pink debit card. Now we are going over here to check on the status of 2 new construction homes that are getting ready. So I'm gonna take some pictures for them.
So you'll remember a few episodes back when we found out that Molly's taxes were extremely high and we didn't know if she was going to be able to do it. Well, I think we finally have that one solved, and we are almost at closing now.
Hey, I think we got this taken care of.
Oh gosh, thank goodness. So they're okay with everything?
They are now, once I explained everything to them.
Okay, I really didn't think this was going to make it this time. Like, I thought this was going to be the deal breaker.
Well, I think apparently the problem is the mom paid her mortgage off 12 years ago, so she hasn't actually seen a tax bill. So she's not used to how they do the rebate thing, and so it's affecting the daughter because she's escrowing.
We're not best friends. Me and Timothy. That's right.
I'm sure all of you mamas know how hard it is to have kids while working and trying to maintain everything, especially when they're out of school for break. Thankfully, this one was my dad, so he's used to their shenanigans.
Stop! My fault he's taking stuff out of my hand.
Yeah, it's so loud. That's all you've been doing all day is yelling at him. We're not going to yell. Today is Memorial Day. I made some breakfast for lunch for the kids because, you know, with Memorial Day, no school, no daycares, anything, so it's been a little bit different. Got the kids fed. It's 1:30 and I've got all 3 of the kids down for a nap. Somebody that found me online, she's wanting me to look at listing a mobile home, but it doesn't come with the land. So this will be a first for me. You can definitely do it, but this will be a first for me. So I'm about to reach out to her and get that set up to hopefully do that walkthrough. See where needing the ceiling done. Yeah, my house is a working project for sure. And then I've also got some things going on with Hammock Road. Their financial due diligence ends today. And they just messaged me asking if we'll extend. And I mean, we don't have to. My sellers are leaving to go on a cruise Wednesday and they don't want to be dealing with this. And so I was like, let's just not. They can either take it or don't. Like, we're closing next week. Y'all should already know if you're approved or not. Like, let's not take that chance.
I don't know an agent out there who doesn't love getting a random phone call lead. And on top of that one, this one needs to sell and buy. Winner, winner. I guess she just saw my stuff on Facebook. I need to ask her actually how she found me, but she said they're selling their house in Georgia and moving to Alabama and wanted to know if I could help them. And she told me their price range and what they're looking for, and it's a little bit difficult, but they're a cash buyer, so they can get things and need a little bit of work. So, you know, we've all heard cash is king, and that can be really helpful in an offer situation, but when your cash is limited, sometimes it's better to go ahead and get a loan, and that will increase your buying power so you can actually get a home that you really want to live in. So I sent them over a whole list of things, and here's some of the properties that I sent them. These were the 3 that were like the best and what they wanted. I just got off the phone with the lady that has the mobile home that she wants to sell. I'm doing that Wednesday. So Wednesday we'll go do pictures, video, all that stuff, have that ready to hit this weekend. We've been going back and forth with the agent for Micah Court that's buying the trailer. And she can't get in touch with their clients. They've ghosted her for like 3 days. So we're trying to do all this back end stuff, figure out closing costs, what we can do to help. And they're just completely ghosting her. So we finally just said, no, this deal's dead. So we canceled it. But the good news is the agent that I was telling you about at the game, her clients are ready, approved, everything to buy that mobile home right now. So she is going forward with it. The lender told us we could probably close 7 to 10 days. So that's not bad. That's not that much further than our thing. So for right now, that is the plan. We're going to go forward with it. And hopefully, even though that deal was dead, we can move forward with another one that's going to be very similar. We'll see.
Now, I know you were saying we should do an inspection, but do you really feel like it's really necessary being a new home? I mean, and what are you going to really inspect? The grades?
Well, I mean, this is the thing. Yes, I do like for it to be done. On my most recent one that I just closed, they didn't find anything. I mean, the only thing they found was something obvious out in the driveway that we saw. Yeah, well, I mean, just to make sure you're protecting yourself. But, you know, either way, it's your decision, and I'll support you either way. But that way we know for sure everything's on the tip-top shape. I had to drop off my listing paperwork on some new listings that I have and pick up my checks. Now I'm headed to our final walkthrough. And guys, whew, I'm doing good today. I was like 30 minutes early for the final walkthrough, so that's why I went ahead and went by the office. And I'm still doing good on time. GPS says I'm gonna be there 10 minutes early. That's so unlike me. I have another showing in Bremen. I had like an hour and a half break between lunch with my friend and this next showing, so I stopped here at McDonald's so I can use their Wi-Fi. Get a couple of things done and then still make my next showings. In here waiting on my clients to get here so I can show them this house, a cheaper house. So I was just stood up by my client. I was ghosted by my client completely. Showed up, waited, toured the house, kept waiting. It got hot, went outside,
And nothing, called, texted, nothing. So no show. Things like this happen. First time for me, but they happen where you set things up and people just don't show up. Definitely wasted some time, but I'm not going to let that hold me. I'm going to go to Walmart and get some groceries because my family needs it.
So this is unfortunately one of the bad sides of my job. You waste gas, you waste money, and nobody's going to reimburse you for that. But what happens? Do I ever hear from these buyers? Did they ghost me forever? Who knows? Subscribe and you'll find out on the next episode.